The Quiksilver Pro France, where we just saw the wild card come in here and set the lineup on blaze. Ryan Calnan is moving on into the quarterfinals with an outstanding performance, 18.53 in that last heat, and oh, we got a heat on the table right now. Gabe Medina, Michael Rodrigues, Mikey Wright. You can explain how that would negate a free, well, we'll get to live action with Gabe Medina with a big alley-oop attempt.
And goes down.
But Peter, I was going to tell you just to give us a quick explanation of a restart. The time is going to continue to tick down for Gabe Medina, Michael Rodrigues, and Mikey Wright. Shot from up above, and Medina's going to continue. Bangs it off the top, throwing tons of spray off the rail. Big hooking turn right back into the pocket. Comes around and keeps that board momentum going. Floats that section. Bangs off the little ricochet there. Does well to hang on through that little whitewater sandwich. And Medina hails the ski. And he's going to have the first meaningful score in this round 4 matchup.
By the virtue of this nice increasing swell, he's loving it out there. I think every surfer right now is excited to be competing in these conditions. You see that just driving cutback.
You know what I like, Peter? That he showed restraint on the end here and floated that and then banked that instead of trying to, force an air in that section.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him attempt the air on that very first section there just for a throwaway score. This wave on that outside section really didn't have that opportunity. It just really called for exactly what he did.
I mean, on the inside section. Because he
take a look at this one first as he goes in for the snap. He drives through it, drifts the fins. I mean, that's high risk. And then he comes out and utilizes the entire rail by sinking it all the way around. And that combo is just a showcase of the variety that he can have in his repertoire. And you're talking about this last section.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this section right here where he could have tried to force an air, but instead, that's safe surfing for Gabe Medina, just gliding off the lip and just doing this little bank here. But look, I think he wanted to end up on his feet, lock in a meaningful score, because he's such a great competitor. Look at the Jeep leaderboard. You can see in the grayed out areas, those are all of the top 10 who are no longer in competition. Gabe Medina, Julian Wilson, Jordy Smith, the survivors so far. Quick hack by Michael Rodrigues to get probably his biggest score, but it's not going to be that consequential. So dominant. Here we go. Medina up and riding. A little drift. It handles it well. Frothy face on the inside here. Let's see what Medina has for us on the double up. Carves through that section. And there's more. Banks it off one time. Solid surfing from Medina to back up that 6.5.
Tune with his equipment. And, he's just around this lineup, just hawking every single opportunity. So he's got a quick 2 waves. That kind of a slower start, I guess. It was like, a couple minutes went by without him catching a wave. But now he's on fire.
Hearing down carve. Mikey Wright carving through a right-hander. Mikey building up speed off the bottom. Another big carve for the Australian. Hacking that one, cutting that turn a bit short and throwing some power. Throws the tail there for the closer and just gets eaten up.
Look at this replay here. Again, one of the bigger outside rights. You see Medina's actually surfing the peak just to the north of this. And these longer rights going with the grain, with the current. Beautiful 3 turns, and then this right here, and he lands right in the explosion, right with the lip. Straight up into it. Look at that, 12 o'clock and tagging it right at the top. I mean, that's committed surfing. That's what he needs to do to really solidify the score for it.
Live action here with Emerald, Michael Rodrigues, and he goes incomplete, trying to throw a big layback slash. Yeah, we look at Mikey Wright, who's number 11 currently on the championship tour. Gabe Medina continues his run, but that wave is going to let him down. Big closeout after that. What do you think, Pete?
Well, I'm just thinking it's interesting to me because I think what's happening too here is that there's some adjustments that are having to be made. And this is kind of that at this size where you could go, okay, wait, what am I doing for equipment? You've been riding something all week long, you're confident on, and you want to go back out on that thing, and all of a sudden it feels like the board's too small, or
would that be the change in the equipment you think guys are thinking about? Longer boards?
I would say for sure. I mean, if you're going to be doing a lot of paddling, which it seems like you would be, even though you have jet ski assist, but roaming the lineup, you'd have a little extra foam, and actually change the way that board will feel, but not too much that you feel like you're going to be not understanding it.
Medina on the backhand. Nice hook off the top, building up some speed down the line, and I think he wants a ramp, and there it is. Throws the air revert, no problem. A little sticky on the landing, but it's going to go complete. Looking to better his low of a 5.5.
So he just goes. He just turns it around and goes, oh, this looks like it has some opportunity. I mean, even with the whitewater on the face, he's like, yeah, you know what? I still probably can get a number here. It has an open wall. I'm going to go into the air. And he's done that. This is going to be similar to probably his 5.5-ish, not going to be a major number. But he's just staying active, and that's where he's the most deadly, is when he surfs a lot of waves.
Cat-like actually on that spin. He was a little bit off. We'll see it in the slow motion here, Pete.
How's that section? I mean, that didn't even look like a ramp. And somehow he's able to get that lift and the rotation out of it. Not the cleanliest, but again, it wasn't like he used his arms to stay onto his feet. I mean, he had the balance there. Either the swell's coming up, the wind switching, tide switching, the sand's moving.
Medina tube seeking, finds it in the barrel and out for Medina. Lip glide and goes complete and stops that. That was a beautiful display of barrel riding and then some high lip acrobatic.
How's this? Just the arm stall, such an incredible barrel rider, and then puts his foot back. So everything was forward, and he comes out and he has to quickly put his, he has some of the best footwork. He drops his back foot back on the pad and then rides the lip line. I mean, you could have seen him go, I'm going to go above the lip. There was no landing there. That was straight. That was the only move he probably could have done, and pulled it off with speed.
I like that he had his hand on the rail as well for some extra stability as he was gliding through that lip, but then it did the early release. Looks like we're going to have a split of the peak, and we're going to stick with Mikey Wright on the left. Hook off the top, up into that beautiful lip glide, gets back in the lip again. Quick feet by Mikey Wright to make it happen, and survives the little whitewater sandwich there. The two waves converging. Well-surfed wave for Mikey Wright.
You got to keep your eyes open, and Mikey's done that. Surfing that peak, looking for rights, and all of a sudden a nice big shouldery left comes, and he executes. Those were some critical moves, and even this, jumping up on the whitewater can be risky, and now that's a complete ride. Mikey Wright's going to back up his 4. He's going to keep himself, in contention in the heat, probably move into second.
I like this second turn. Much like Medina, when you get a lip glide like that, Pete, you got to put it down. You got to stop that landing, go complete.
And carry the speed. If you're looking down the line and there's more scoring opportunity, you don't want to have your speed slap.
Come back to the Quiksilver Pro France. Michael Rodrigues up and riding. A nice carve off the top for Emrod. Comes off the bottom again and a slash, but can't hang on to the second turn. Ooh. During that break, Peter, a couple of scores dropped, however, for Gabe Medina, a 7.4, and for Mikey Wright, a 6.83. Right, scratching into this one. Double pump bottom turn. Nice bang off the top there, projecting down the line. Hooks into a beautiful rail carve. Come around the corner again, and another beautiful carve for Mikey Wright. Back up in that soupy section, no problem. Throws the tail and into the whitewater for the finish. One more bank. So well-surfed wave for Mikey Wright.
Take a look at this one, though. Great wave for Mikey Wright. On edge, carrying a ton of speed. Nice mix. There's some variety there. And again, a nice completed ride. No falls. This kid's a really good competitor. We've seen him mostly as a free surfer, and we see how, but when he put his mind to it to compete, he understands how to do it. He's got Troy Brooks in his corner. Troy Brooks, an amazing CT competitor for many years, and now helping out with Mikey Wright. And they have a great relationship, and it's been working for him. He's going to find himself probably after this result, if he gets through into the quarterfinals, he pretty much would guarantee a spot on the championship tour.
Really likely he's going to better that 4. Gabe Medina in the 2, backhand. Can he find the exit? Of course he can. Whacking it through the top, and unfortunately,
so rare.
Lost of traction for Gabe Medina.
Yeah, he carries a lot of speed into that tail whip. When you're going that high speed, you got to control the slide.
On the number 11 on the Jeep ratings. Here we go. Taking a look at Medina, just thread through that tube, Peter, but what went wrong here?
Well, he's just high speed, going for the whip. That we talk about first and second both advancing on, but there is a little bit of a, if you win the heat, you're going to go against second
Air
in the
show.
heat after.
And the bail.
Right, so winning a heat, you're going to get some surfer that's finished second.
It'll affect the seeding.
Exactly. Well,
who you're going to
depending
match up with.
Exactly. Surfing a wave to its maximum potential.
Speaking of surfing a wave to the maximum, let's see what Gabe Medina has. Building up speed down the line, looking for the ramp. Bang!
Oh my goodness.
That was a dangerous landing.
Oh, and he wanted to stomp it, but he was dropping 10 feet out of the sky into the flat. But it was a bit of a bailout, too, at the same time.
Nice air reverse from Michael Rodrigues, but that's going to be the last we're going to see of him here at the Quiksilver Pro France. Mikey Wright's going to move on, along with Gabe Medina, to the quarterfinal. When we come back, we're going to see Patrick Godowskis, Sebastian Zietz, and Julian Wilson out in the water to finish off this round. Don't go anywhere.